So we have actually made our TRX orders controller, and we have added the controller or TRX orders into the routes. Now what I want to do for today is I want to go through the index function, but before I do, just wanted to point your attention to trxorders.js and the orders.css.scss, and to let you know that you should really just download these files so we could include them in your own project. Now back to our function here. In the last video, or in one of the previous videos, we added these two functions that are pretty much functions you've already seen before: sign in users and user as role in company. It really ensures that the user has a role in company and whether they're signed in or not. So the next thing we want to do is we want to define index, and that's what we're going to do today. It's a pretty long function. The whole file would be around 300 lines, so we actually have quite a few things to do, but we're going to split it over a couple of videos. So the first thing I want to do is I want to define cart with cart where org person ID current org person ID. So what this does is it grabs whatever is in the cart. So it really looks into your database, and whatever is attached to your ID, because you're a signed in user, we're just going to grab that back. If the cart is empty, that means that there's really nothing attached to this user. So we're just going to close that if statement there, and I'm going to put a little comment saying if there's nothing attached to the user. Then what we're going to do is we're going to see if there's anything in the session using cart equals session cart. And then after that, we're going to do session cart equals nil, and that will pretty much empty out the session of our cart variable. Now, if cart, after this case, is not nil, so if cart equals nil, I'm just going to put a comment here. If the cart is not empty, then what I want to do is, well, before we do anything else, we just want to close off that if. If the cart is not empty, that means cart.nil question mark with the exclamation mark in the front. Then what I want to do is I want to loop through every single item in that cart. Let's just put an end there to close that off. So what I want to do is I want to create each item in the session cart in the database and attach it to the current user. Because we found nothing in our carts table with this user, so we have to look into the sessions, and whatever we find in the session, we want to create that in its respective role in our carts table. So that's pretty much what we're doing right now. And this is something that we have already seen before with the thing that we did in our carts controller. So it's really nothing new, just in a different function. I don't want to do a carts create here. I want to do org product ID C1 ID, and then our name, I want to do the same C1 title. And let's just do some copy and pasting because I want to make this quick. Actually, I think if I go to our carts controller, we could actually get the same thing from here. So that's exactly where I'm getting this data from. So just take that, come over here, paste it, and let's just make this a little bit more aligned because we want things neat and tidy. Okay, so good so far. Now after our if statement, we want to calculate the fee that we're going to take. Because Project Meal is not a charity, we're taking a fee, and this is calculated using the total meal shelf fee, which I'll go through in the next video. So we're just gonna leave that as fee equals total meal shelf, or total meal shelf fee, or actually our project is project meal, so total project meal fee, and we're gonna do carts where org person ID equals current org person ID. So this is probably not your best coding practice. You have to look into the database so many times, but this is just for learning purposes. So my comment here is we're doing another database search just in case we removed anything during the sanitation period with Stripe vendor charges. So that's something we'll talk about at a later date. So after we do that, I want to calculate the subtotal. So we do get subtotal cart. So here are we're using a lot of private functions in order to make this function a little bit smaller and our code a lot more cleaner. So that's the great thing about just separating things into little modules that you can reuse at different parts of your code. Now we're also going to do total tax, which is the same thing to get the total tax of the purchase. And then we're going to do at currency, which is something you've already seen before, which gives us the currency symbol to display in the view. So we're just going to put that in there. And that's pretty much it for this function, and we'll stop here. In the next video, we'll go through all these little functions that we are using in the index function, just so we can make sure that everything works when we display in the view. Other than that, please rate, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.